We good now? There we go. I don't know why it does that. Like, it did that a couple months ago. Just randomly cuts out. Should be good now. Should be good. Okay. Like I was saying, a ton of guys got ruled questionable when the 130 injury report came out. Like, Jimmy Butler's questionable. Bam got ruled out. Sabonis is questionable. Not Rudy Gobert, but Miles Turner is questionable. Ben Simmons is questionable. Tobias Harris remains questionable. Kemba is questionable. Marcus Smart is questionable. Oh, this is gonna be a crazy slate, man. I think the Heat right now are probably the biggest team, just because with Bam now out, that definitely changes a good amount for Miami. Plus, we did get word that Tyler Hero is out, and Jimmy Butler is also questionable. So if we somehow get a scenario where Jimmy's out, with Bam out, with Tyler Hero out, I mean Goran Dragic, if he plays, he's questionable. Like Dragic, Nunn, whoever starts at center. Last game, Dwayne Dedmon was the backup to. He was the backup to Bam Adebayo, and I think we probably get Dwayne Dedmon in the starting lineup tonight. Minimum salary $3K. Hard to not consider Dwayne Dedmon a top value play today. So a lot has changed for Miami. There's a lot to like on the Heat now, and if Butler gets ruled out, if Dragic gets ruled out, there's going to be even more that I like. But like if Butler plays, I like him a lot. If Dragic plays, I like him a lot with Bam out and with Hero out. I think Nunn's someone we can look to. So yeah, man, this is going to be a crazy slate. And as always, we got these Detroit guys that we've talked about in the video. These Detroit guys, they're a team we're going to look to for value as well. Crazy slate, though, guys. Crazy slate. Appreciate all y'all being here as always, though. Let's see the fresh cut. Okay, I'll show it one more time. I showed it in I think Friday's stream. But I'll show it one time, dude. It's the whole thing's gone. I mean, it's just completely bald. Or it's not completely bald. I got a little bit of a buzz, but this is what I do. I grow my hair out so to where the point where it's just so long, and then I just get it all cut off. So, and I don't know, in 3 or 4 months, I'll probably have a full afro again, and then I'll get it all cut off again. That's just what I do. I don't go to the barber every week or something. I don't know. I just don't really care. And my girlfriend doesn't care, so I'll shave my head. I'll do whatever. It feels good, I'll be honest. Especially with the summertime coming, having a nice shaved head. It feels pretty good. Best small forward / shooting guard play. Small forward, I really like Joe Ingles. He's probably the guy that I like the most in the mid-range. We're going to have to see who starts for OKC. OKC had some guys get ruled out as well. Isaiah Roby and Lou Dort both got ruled out. So if Kendrick Williams winds up starting, I like him a lot for $4,800. But I would say my favorite small forward is probably Joe Ingles right now. Jimmy, if he plays, I like as a pay-up option. Shooting guard, though, it's probably the Utah guys as well. Ingles, you could play at shooting guard. I like Jordan Clarkson still at the shooting guard position. If you want to go cheap, Frank Jackson might start for Detroit. He's super cheap. You could play him at shooting guard. There's plenty of options, but those are the few guys I'm looking to. Got the same thing, bro. So comfy. Same schedule. I cut it myself. Size 2 clip. Yeah, my girlfriend cuts. I mean, we just get the razor, just go to town. And normally we leave a little bit more than this, but she had screwed it all up. So I just said, screw it, just cut it all off. Thank you for everything, Brody. Which injury news is the most important in your opinion? I mean, there's a lot of guys questionable. I would say that if Jimmy and Dragic both get ruled out, I mean, it's hard not to just load up on these Miami guys. Kendrick Nunn would be probably the best play on the slate if Jimmy and Dragic are both out. I really like whoever starts at center between Achua or Dedmon. Probably won't go to Trevor Ariza or Duncan Robinson, but Nunn, whoever starts at center, I like both those guys from Miami. And then, Curry's questionable. You got the Indiana guys questionable, Sabonis and Turner. So, if Sabonis and Turner get ruled out, hard to not consider, Karis LeVert, Malcolm Brogdon, Goga, those guys. There's going to be so many good plays today, especially if all these guys, if some of these guys start getting ruled out, it's just going to be a crazy slate. Jokic or Embiid, love both matchups. That's a close one for me, Vincent. I think I'd probably take Jokic over Embiid, but I would say that if Ben Simmons gets ruled out, Ben Simmons is questionable now. If Ben Simmons gets ruled out, I'd probably take Embiid then. But for now, I'll say Jokic. But Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris are both questionable. So if they somehow get ruled out, both of them, I mean, yeah, love Embiid. I would assume one of them is going to play, if not both of them. How you feeling about Jaylen Brown? I would say that if Kemba's out, I do like Jaylen Brown. If Kemba winds up playing, I don't have that much interest in Jaylen Brown. We know Jaylen Brown's going to play. We know Tatum is going to play. But Kemba and Smart are both questionable. So I would say that if Kimba gets ruled out, I do like Jaylen Brown a good amount. But if Kimba plays, I probably won't be going to any of those Boston guys, I don't think. Thoughts on stacking Detroit? I mean, yeah, you can play 2 or 3 guys from Detroit. There's a lot of options, though, now. Like, we have so many guys questionable, especially like Miami. I think Miami's going to be a team we want to look to, especially if Jimmy gets ruled out. So I don't think, you really need to play like 4 Detroit guys, but I think, 2 or 3 is fine. I still really like Killian Hayes. I still really like Isaiah Stewart. I think Josh Jackson's a really good play. You could play 2 or 3 of those guys in one lineup, and I wouldn't mind it. But there's other teams that are going to be shorthanded too, specifically Miami now. And you got, Memphis going to be missing some guys as well. With Dort out, how about Poku at 5.5K? He's in play, Adam. If it was a different slate, I would say Poku would be a really good option, but there are a ton of good plays today. So Poku doesn't really stand out at his price tag, but I think without Lou Dort, without Roby, he definitely benefits. And the matchup's obviously great against the Wizards. And we know Poku's going to get his normal, 30, 32 minutes. We don't really have to worry about his minutes, whereas there are some other guys on OKC that maybe don't play that much. I expect Poku to get 30-plus minutes most likely. So, yeah, he's definitely in play. But I would say that if it was a different slate, like I would have a lot of interest in Poku if it was a different slate, I think. Stars and Scrubs sounded like also like you're going to need 400-plus on DK. Yeah, I expect this is probably going to be a very high-scoring slate. And, yeah, it feels like it's going to be a Stars and Scrubs slate with how much value we already have. Thoughts on Dedmon? I mean, yeah, if Dedmon starts, I think he's probably a top value play. I would assume either Dedmon or Achua is going to start. So whichever one starts, that's the one I prefer. Do you like Bazley now in a pace-up spot versus Washington with Dort and Roby out? Yeah, I think Bazley, you throw him in there with Poku. Like, I think both those guys benefit. Again, if it was a different slate, I would say those guys would be top options for me. But because we have so many other players that I like, you got these Detroit guys, you got these Miami guys. They're not towards the top of my list, but they're still viable for sure. Bazley's kind of expensive, though. Like, Bazley's like 6,400 on DK, I think. Poku is not as expensive, so I like him a little bit more, I think. Westbrook, Sadiq Bey, or Jason Tatum and Joe Ingles? I'd probably take Westbrook and Sadiq Bey there, Gabriel. Sorry, man, just got into chat. What value plays do you like? Looks like Detroit's where it's at. Yeah, Detroit at the beginning of the day was kind of the clear team to talk about for value. No Grant, no Joseph, no Plumlee. Guys like Isaiah Stewart, Josh Jackson, Killian Hayes are really good values. But now we have some news that's come out during the afternoon that's definitely changed some things. Miami being the main team. Bam Adebayo got ruled out. Tyler Hero got ruled out. Jimmy Butler's questionable. Goran Dragic is questionable. With Bam out, I think either Achua or Dedmon, whichever one starts, is a really good value play. Hero being out, I think, helps to boost the minutes for Dragic and Nunn. Dragic is questionable, though, but if he plays, I like Dragic. Nunn, I think, is going to get probably 30-plus minutes. And if Butler gets ruled out as well, I really like Dragic and Nunn even more. But if Butler himself plays, he's definitely going to be someone I look to. Haven't really been playing Jimmy Butler lately, but if he plays today without Bam, I have a lot of interest in Jimmy Butler. How did Dedmon have 10 points? He only made 1 field goal yesterday. Yeah, I think that was an afternoon game. I'll be honest with you guys, I had no idea Dwayne Dedmon was even on Miami until I looked at that game log yesterday. Yeah, he played 15 minutes backing up Bam in that afternoon game on Sunday. It looks like he went 8 for 8 from the free throw line, had 10 points, 10 rebounds, so he doubled in 15 minutes. I mean, okay, Tyler Hero just got upgraded to questionable. Okay, well that does change a little bit now. I would say that if Hero plays now, he's a really good option if Butler gets ruled out. Now, if Butler plays, I don't know if I'm going to be going to any of the guards. It kind of depends on who's in or out. So, if Dragic gets ruled out, then I do like Hero and I do like Nunn. But if, all the guards play plus Jimmy plays, then probably the only guys I'm considering from Miami are Jimmy and whoever starts at center. Yeah, that's if Hero got upgraded to questionable, that kind of makes me think he's going to play and that maybe Dragic could be out. But I guess we'll see. Stewart or Dedmon? I mean, if you had the salary, I would play Stewart. But I think both are really good options. How's Gafford if Lin's out? I mean, yeah, if Alex Lin gets ruled out and Gafford starts, he's right up there with Dedmon, Stewart, Xavier Tillman as really good value plays. The only thing that sucks is a lot of the good value today is at center, so you can't play all these guys. Luckily, though, Xavier Tillman, he's got power forward eligibility on DK. So you can play him with Stewart. You can play him with Dedmon or Gafford, but you can't play like Stewart, Dedmon, Gafford. You can't play all those guys in one lineup, so you're going to have to make some decisions. I would say my two favorite are definitely Dedmon and Stewart. But if Gafford starts, I might put him ahead of Dedmon. Don't know yet. I haven't really looked at like my lineup build yet. Is there a number one stud you're going or you go to over anyone else? I mean, for me, it's Westbrook. It's been Westbrook for like basically every slate that he's been on. So Westbrook for me, I would say. Dedmon or Gafford, considering he starts, yeah, Michael, that's going to be a tough one. I think I'm going to lean Gafford over Dedmon if Gafford winds up starting, but that's going to be close. I mean, both would be really good options. Do you like LeVert if Sabonis is out? Yeah, if Sabonis and Miles Turner both play, I'm probably not going to consider any Pacers on this slate. But if Sabonis gets ruled out, if Turner gets ruled out, then that's definitely going to change some things. If Turner's out and Sabonis plays, I would really like Sabonis. If Sabonis is out and Turner plays, I'd really like Turner. I'd like, the guards a little bit more, LeVert and Brogdon. So it's a wait and see for me when it comes to the Pacers. Which player alert are you using to get notifications on who's out, questionable, doubtful? Ivan, you can get on Twitter and follow Fantasy Labs on Twitter. I'm sure most of you use Fantasy Labs. Just follow Fantasy Labs NBA. They tweet out whenever somebody's questionable, out, whatever. But if you want, like Roto Grinders, you can download the Roto Grinders app. They do NBA alerts. That's how I just got the alert on my phone. So there's plenty of ways to get notifications. Those are the two that I use, though. DK, I think DK Live does notifications too, but I don't use DK Live. Is there enough value to play Westbrook, Jokic, and Embiid? I mean, you probably could, Gary, but the only thing is that a lot of the good value today is coming at center with a guy like Dwayne Dedmon, Gafford if he starts, Isaiah Stewart. So I don't know if I'd want to. If you're playing Jokic and Embiid together on this slate, that means you're not playing those really good value options that are available at center. There's other value at other positions, but I think some of the best value today is coming at center. So I don't think that's a route I'd be going. You could definitely play two of those three though, like Westbrook, Jokic, or Westbrook, Embiid. I don't see why not. Who do you like for top 3 pay up and top 3 value? For me, pay up, it's definitely Westbrook number 1. If Ben Simmons gets ruled out, I would probably say Embiid would be number 2, and then probably Giannis 3. I know people are a bit hesitant to play Giannis right now just because of the minutes, but I feel like he's going to get back to normal minutes in this game. I know the matchup's not great against Phoenix, but this feels like one of those games where Giannis is going to play, 34, 36 minutes. It should be a close game, so I would say Giannis is probably third favorite stud. But if Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris both play, then I'd probably put Giannis ahead of Embiid, I think. Definitely Westbrook number 1, though. Westbrook's the guy I want to pay up for if I can. And then value-wise, I mean, we got to wait on news still, but I would say Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart, Dwayne Dedmon if he starts. Those are probably my 3 favorite values right now. Good afternoon, Noah. Tatum and Korkmaz. Tatum, for me, like I said, Ross, dependent on who's in or out from Boston. If Kemba and Smart both play, I'm probably not considering any Celtics today. Korkmaz, that's dependent on if, Seth Curry's in, if Tobias Harris is in. Like, if those guys start getting ruled out from Philly, like if Tobias Harris gets ruled out, if Seth Curry gets ruled out, I would definitely have interest in Korkmaz. But for now, we just got to wait and see when it comes to news there. Play LeVert and he was terrible with Sabonis and Brogdon out. I don't play him and he smashes with those two in. Shake my head. I feel you there, Ryan. I played LeVert those days as well. And then obviously, when you don't play him, that's when he goes off. I totally feel you, but hard to not consider LeVert today if Sabonis winds up getting ruled out. Especially like on Yahoo. The shooting guard position is not the best on Yahoo today. I feel like you're probably going to want to pay up here. So LeVert at $34 will definitely be on my radar if Sabonis gets ruled out. Bradley Beal, though, is probably my favorite shooting guard on Yahoo for 40. Gobert or MPJ, thanks, Noah. Love the show. Hey, I appreciate that, Gary. If I had to pick one between Gobert or MPJ, I'd probably take Gobert, just between the two. Are you still on Tillman with all the new news? I still do like Xavier Tillman, especially because he's power forward eligible on DK. Like, if he was center only, he'd probably be ranked behind some other guys for me, like Dedmon, Stewart. But because you can play Tillman at power forward on DK, that makes him super appealing. So yeah, I still like Tillman a lot. If Butler plays Embiid or Butler, I'd probably still take Embiid there if you have the salary. I wish Yahoo would put some of these players at power forward and not center. Yeah, the position's kind of stupid on Yahoo today. Like, Jordan Clarkson's a point guard, which is stupid. Like, he's been shooting guard all season, and today he's a point guard, which really sucks because I built out a lineup that I really liked, and I had $20 for a shooting guard, but I couldn't play. I had to pick somebody else. I couldn't play Clarkson there. I would have loved to play Clarkson there, but he's not shooting guard. I use Basketball Monster, but I think like 30 seconds you got earlier info on Roto-Grinders. Yeah, they're pretty quick. Roto-Grinders alerts are pretty quick. Obviously, Fantasy Labs is super quick. You can honestly, you could just get Twitter, follow Fantasy Labs, and then turn on notifications for Fantasy Labs account. So whenever Fantasy Labs tweets, it notifies you. I mean, those are two easy ways to get quick notifications. Forward 5.5K and below, already have Jackson. Let's see. Probably take Poku there. It would be between Poku or Sadiq Bey. I think I would take Poku at 5.5K. So I'm thinking about playing Showdown with the Utah game. Who do you like as a captain and top 3 flex? I mean, Kemper, I don't really play Showdown, NBA Showdown, but like a captain, I mean, I guess it would probably be it'd probably be one of the Utah guys, either Conley or Clarkson. I mean, I'm not going to build out a lineup for you because I don't really play Showdown, but yeah, that's probably the way I go. I mean, I want to focus on Utah mainly over the Lakers guys. Did you ever have a player get hurt and cost you a tournament? Had KD Sunday happen to me, so frustrating. I wouldn't say I had a player get hurt cost me a tournament, but I've had really good lineups where a guy gets hurt and disappoints, but I've never been in first place with a guy that's got hurt. I've never had that happen. But that sucks if you had KD and you lost because of that. I didn't play that Sunday early slate, so I didn't really look into that much. But I did see the tweet where KD went to the locker room. Giannis should be a good GPP play because of recency bias. I mean, I agree, Ryan. I would assume that Giannis is going to play more than 29 minutes. He played 25 minutes his first game. He played 29 last game. My best guess is we get low 30s minutes from Giannis. Does he play 38 minutes? Probably not, but I think we get 32, 34. And we know Giannis can go out there and put up 70 in 32 minutes. So I still do like Giannis, especially if he's going to be lower owned than some of these other studs. Still stick with Hayes even if he doesn't start. Well, I assume he's going to start, Kyle. Last time Corey Joseph and Dennis Smith Jr. were both out, Killian Hayes started. It was literally a couple days ago. It was this game against OKC. Or this game against it was the game against OKC. Basically, all the guys that are out today were out that day. And Killian Hayes started, played 27 minutes, had 36 DK points. So I'm assuming he starts. If he doesn't, by some chance, and Saban Lee starts, then yeah, you could play Saban Lee. But I'm assuming that Hayes starts. Forward 8.6K and below. I would say that if Kemba gets ruled out, I would probably take Jaylen Brown there. But if Kemba winds up playing Gabriel, then I would take Christian Wood. Noah, you're the GOAT, bro. Hit first in a contest on Friday night. Shout out all the Pistons that I played and Julius Randle going crazy. Thank you for everything, bro. Hey, Logie, good thing, man. Or good job, man. Good job. Yeah, I wasn't on Randle that day, but Randle went nuts, and he was super low owned on Friday's slate. He had a 60 burger, and he was 2% owned or something. Why is Josh Jackson power forward only on DK? Makes 0 sense at all. I mean, I guess is it the position? I mean, I think he's been playing power forward. He's been, because they go when normally their full starting lineup's healthy. Well, I guess not. I guess Jeremy Grant's their power forward. So yeah, that doesn't really make sense. I mean, he's power forward on Yahoo too. I feel like he should be small forward. I feel like that's his position, but oh well. Non-viable at 4,300. If one of the guards gets ruled out, so if Hero, who's questionable now, and Dragic, if one of those two sit, then I do like Kendrick Nunn. If Jimmy Butler gets ruled out, then I like Kendrick Nunn even more. So for now, it's a wait and see on who. If everyone plays that's questionable, then I probably won't go to Kendrick Nunn. But if some guys start getting ruled out from Miami, then yeah, I definitely like Kendrick Nunn. Frank Jackson, yeah, I think Frank Jackson's probably going to start for Detroit. He's super cheap. He's shooting guard eligible on DK. If you want a cheap shooting guard, I think he's one of the guys I'd be looking to. Who is Mike Liebrock? What? I don't even know what? I don't even know who that is. Do you like Jimmy if he plays? Yeah, I think without Bam, Jimmy definitely benefits. So if Jimmy plays, I have a lot of interest in him as a pay-up option. And he'll probably be low owned since he's been questionable all day. Hero just got ruled questionable, guys. Hero's not out anymore. He was out, but now, update, Tyler Hero now questionable. 442. Literally just came out like 10 minutes ago. Tyler Hero's now questionable. He's not out anymore. Had floored Luka last week and was within 10 points of first. So frustrating, but hey, I'll take any winnings I can get. I mean, yeah, I've had those days as well. On Friday's slate, I played 30 lineups in the baller on Yahoo, and I had a lineup play 6th or 7th. So whenever Caleb Martin was not starting for the Hornets, I went through and I found like all of my Caleb Martin lineups and I started making changes to them. But I decided to leave him in like one lineup, and literally the one lineup that I left Caleb Martin in was the lineup that placed like 6th or 7th on Yahoo in their big tournament. Super frustrating. And I played Terry Rozier in like almost all my Yahoo lineups except that one. So literally the one lineup I left Caleb Martin in and the one lineup I didn't play Terry Rozier in was the lineup that did really well. It's so stupid. Like if I would have just made like a swap like off of Caleb Martin to got up to Rozier and then swapped off somebody else, I would have probably shipped that tournament Friday. Super annoying. Can you go to Poku and cash? I would think so. Like, I haven't really built out lineups yet, but I would think Poku would be cash viable. I mean, because small forward's like not the best position overall. Like, I would think at small forward, you're probably considering guys like Joe Ingles. If Kendrick Williams starts, he would be cash viable for me at small forward. Sadiq Bey. So, yeah, Poku, I think, would be cash viable. Who do you think is the best footballer in the world? Messi, Ronaldo? I mean, I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched soccer or football in so long, so I don't want to give a take there. I mean, Messi and Ronaldo are the two names that come to mind, so probably one of those two. But I literally don't know anything about soccer or football. Kyle Anderson for cash or GPP? I would think on this slate, Kyle Anderson would probably be more GPP. Like, I don't think he'd be using Kyle Anderson cash today. But if Brandon Clark winds up getting ruled out, then I think, that would definitely change my thoughts on Kyle Anderson. Because, I mean, Memphis is another team that's going to be pretty shorthanded. They got a lot of guys questionable right now. So if a lot of these guys from Memphis get ruled out that are questionable, then I think that would definitely boost Kyle Anderson to being cash game viable. Thoughts on Barton, Yahoo shooting guard? Do you prefer Korkmaz or someone else for cheap? I mean, it's a wait and see right now. I would say that if like Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, like if all these guys that are questionable from Philly start getting ruled out, then I would definitely think Korkmaz would be a top shooting guard option on Yahoo because he's still cheap over there. But if like all those guys that are questionable, Simmons, Curry, Harris, like if all of them play, then I'm probably not going to Korkmaz. So I would say just go with Barton for now. And then if a lot of those guys that are questionable from the Sixers start getting ruled out, then you could play Korkmaz. What are your thoughts on Anderson for $23 on Yahoo? Yeah, I think I like him a little bit more there just because, with how the positions and just the overall roster construction on Yahoo, like you don't have dual position eligibility like you do on DK, so you have to play at least one power forward. I think Anderson for $23. Him and Josh Jackson are like my two favorite options at the position, I think. Give this guy all the likes and follows, fellas. I really appreciate your feeds and content, Noah. Hey, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, my man. And guys, hit the like button. I appreciate all y'all being here as always. Hit the like button. I do appreciate the likes. We'll be live for probably, 5 to 10 more minutes. Just answer any more questions you guys got. Royce O'Neal viable? Probably not on this slate, Brandon. There's just too many other options I prefer over Royce O'Neal. Ingles or Tate? Definitely give me Joe Ingles there, Gary. Tate's, I don't really play Jayshawn Tate. And when I do play him, it's usually whenever like John Wall's out. But today, like Houston's they're fully healthy, so I don't think I'm going to Tate. I'd go Ingles there. LeVert Poku and Jaylen Brown or Beal, DeRozan, and Bane. I'd probably go with the first one there, Gabriel. LeVert Poku, Jaylen Brown. Ingles or Conley. I would say that if you have the salary, play Conley, but I think both are good options. I mean, Conley, Ingles, Clarkson, with Donovan Mitchell out, I have a lot of interest in all three of those guys. Who you like more for $18 on Yahoo, Bey or Tate? Probably Sadiq Bey for me. I know Tate had a really good game last night, but I think the main reason because of that was, with John Wall being out. I think with John Wall back, with the team fully healthy pretty much, Tate, just not someone I really ever play. So I'd take pride to Sadiq Bey there. Hey, man, are y'all willing to play Morant tonight? That dude's on my don't play list. I mean, yeah, you would think without J-Val that Morant would get a little bump up, but even today, like I don't think I'm going to play John Morant, at least not in one lineup. If I was playing multiple lineups, I'd have John Morant in my player pool today. But if I'm only playing one lineup, I doubt I'd get John Morant in my one lineup. And you guys know, anytime I play John Morant, he sucks. So Peace, Noah. Always a pleasure to tune in. Do you like Josh Jackson in that 5K range at power forward? Also, who would you pivot to for value to replace Court Moss if Simmons and those guys start for Philly? Well, Josh Jackson, yeah, I like Josh Jackson a lot. I think he's one of the top options in the mid range at power forward, and probably just one of the better options overall at the position. Court Moss, looking for a replacement. What's Court Moss's price? So Court Moss is $4,800. I mean, I don't know if there's any direct pivots. I would say that if Kendrick Williams starts for OKC, like if he starts over Lou Dort, who's out, like I would definitely play Kendrick Williams over Court Moss. Or like if Curry gets ruled out, then Jordan Poole becomes a really good option. Steph Curry, that is. If he gets ruled out, Poole becomes a really good option. So probably like one of those two guys I would replace over Court Moss. Who are your favorite studs as of now? For me, it's Westbrook, number one. If Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris, if one of those two guys get ruled out, then I'd probably put Embiid number two, and then between number three, it'd be between Jokic or Giannis. I think Giannis is going to be lower owned than he should be, so probably Giannis I like in tournaments for the low ownership. Any Rockets at all if you had to choose one? If I had to play a Rocket today, it'd probably be Christian Wood, but I don't think I'm going to roster any Rockets today. At least not in my one lineup. I don't think I get to any Rockets. Last man in for small forward, 4,400 or less. Let's see. I mean, there's not much down here, Mark, that I really like. I'd probably take Hamidou Diallo if I had to play anyone. Like, we don't know who's going to start for Detroit. Obviously, Hayes, Stewart, Jackson, Bay, we expect to start. But do they start Frank Jackson? Do they start Hamidou Diallo? If Hamidou Diallo starts for Detroit, then I really like him, and he would definitely be the guy I would play there. But I don't see really any other options I like anyway, so I'd probably take Hamidou Diallo regardless for your last man in small forward, Mark. Thanks, Noah. Appreciate it. Good luck. Let's get it, bro. Hey, let's get it, Team Money. Good luck, my man. Thanks for tuning in. Is Christian Wood a play on Yahoo? I would say so. Everyone hates Chris. I would say so, especially because he's power forward, and the power forward position on Yahoo's like not the best. I mean, you got guys in the mid-range like Kyle Anderson, Josh Jackson, who we've talked about, but I don't think there's really any cheap power forwards I like. So if I'm not going to Anderson or Josh Jackson, then I'm probably going to go to a guy like Christian Wood. So yeah, I'm fine with Christian Wood. Or you could always pay up for Giannis if you want to go that route. If Christian Wood was center, I wouldn't be playing him. But since he's power forward, I think he's viable on Yahoo. Good luck tonight, Noah. Hey, good luck, Patrick. Good luck, my man. Good luck to y'all, man. Hey, Noah, I need my badge. Well, I think, Chris, the YouTube membership, it's separate from Patreon. The YouTube membership is like $2.99 per month. If you want to join, you don't really get any benefits outside of a badge next to your name. And I do try and prioritize members' questions. So for those of you that want to become a YouTube member, it gets you a little badge next to your name. It's just another way to show support. You guys already support me a ton, but for those of you that want to become a member on YouTube, that is, it's $2.99. Just get you a little badge next to your name. Thoughts on Draymond Green? I mean, yeah, I think Draymond Green's definitely in play. On this slate, I don't know if I'm going to roster Draymond Green in my one lineup tonight, but if I was playing multiple lineups, I would have Draymond Green in my player pool. I would say that if Curry gets ruled out, I don't know if that really helps Draymond Green. I think Draymond Green actually plays better when Curry's on the court. But I know people are going to flock to Draymond Green if Curry gets ruled out, and I think that might be a mistake, honestly. So, if Curry gets ruled out, I probably have less interest in Draymond Green, honestly. Any thoughts on Dedmon? Yeah, Reggie. If Dedmon starts, I think he's one of the better value plays. I would assume either him or Precious Achiuwa is going to start for Miami. So whichever one starts, that's the one that I really like. Poku or Kendrick Williams? If Kendrick Williams starts, King Carter, I'd probably take Kendrick Williams. But Poku, I know is going to start. So for now, I would just say Poku. But if Williams winds up starting, then I would swap to Williams probably. Took down a couple of first place tiers last night. Trying to crack y'all again. Hey, good job, my man. Good job. Send me the membership for YouTube. No, if you just go look next to the subscribe button, there should be a join button. That's how you become a YouTube member. Just look for the little join button on YouTube. It's next to the subscribe button, I think. It's also, I think you can join through the bottom of the chat where the super chats are. If you just click join. What are we thinking about this as of now? Hayes, Clarkson, Ingles, Tillman, Embiid, Westbrook, Poku, Dedmon. That looks pretty solid, Brandon. That looks pretty solid for now, I think. Draymond's assists go down without Curry. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Draymond maybe has the ball in his hands more, but their offense as a whole is going to be, less efficient without Curry. When Draymond can just kick it out to Curry, he just gets a ton of assists that way because we know Curry's going to make, all those shots that Draymond's giving to him. But then when you replace Curry with Jordan Poole, a lot of those Draymond passes to Jordan Poole are not going in, whereas they are going in when Curry takes them. Svi or Avdija? I'd probably take Svi there if I had to play one, Kyle. Favorite value play of the slate? I mean, there's a lot of value today. Isaiah Stewart, I would still consider probably a value, so probably either him or whichever guy starts at center for Miami between Dedmon or Precious Achiuwa, one of those two. I mean, a lot of the value that I like today is at center. Xavier Tillman, Stewart, Dedmon, or Achiuwa, one of those two. A lot of the good values at center today. What do you think of Hayes, Jackson, DeRozan, Josh Jackson, Stewart, Westbrook, Giannis, Dedmon? I mean, I don't really like DeRozan that much on this slate. Like, I would say that's probably the only thing I don't like out of that lineup, David. But I could see playing DeRozan just if he fits. I would assume that's probably why you played him. I mean, small forward's not the best position today, so if DeRozan fits in your build, I'm fine with that. Reggie, my man, thank you for becoming a member, brother. I appreciate the additional support. Thank you, my man. Joe Ingles or Kyle Anderson? Right now, Gabriel, I would say Joe Ingles, but if Brandon Clark gets ruled out, then I would probably switch Kyle Anderson over Ingles. But that's super close. I have interest in both those guys tonight. For now, though, I'll say Joe Ingles over Kyle Anderson. But all right, guys, I'm going to hop off the stream here. We've been live for about 30, 35 minutes. Appreciate all y'all guys being here as always. We should be live again tomorrow, around the same time. Not sure how many games we got tomorrow, but should be live again tomorrow. Hope you guys have have a good night tonight. Best of luck. If I don't take down a tournament tonight, hope one of you guys do. All right, good luck, fellas. Good luck tonight.